We're going to broil oysters. I'll show you how to open them, how to make a really simple sauce for them, and broil them. If you're not an oyster person, this is a little less intimidating than eating them raw off the half shell. So we will get started with a shallot, and I'm going to just dice the shallot up really quickly. That's going to go into this saucepan, and what we're going to do is make a reduction with champagne and with champagne vinegar. So that's the only three ingredients going in there. Are the shallots. I'm going to say we put about 4 tablespoons. Looked more like 2 tablespoons there of vinegar, and then about twice that much, or a little bit more, of champagne. And then that just goes on the stove, and you just boil it down almost until it's gone. I'll show it to you afterwards, and you can see just how much it's gone down. And now to the oysters, and this is the part that always intimidates people. I've got 6 oysters. I'll show you how to open them. I've got a tea towel there that I've folded up in 3. You can see the oyster is going to have a flat side, and it's going to have a rounded side. And you want to make sure that you take the rounded side and put it down, and then you're going to stick your knife right into the hinge that holds those 2 shells together. And when you get it in there, your hand is protected by the cloth. There you can see the little hinge piece. And you're going to go in there and wiggle it back and forth. And oddly enough, this matters. If you try to do it with your wrist, it doesn't seem to work as well as if you go right from your elbow. So just keep your wrist stiff. And you see it just popped through. Give the knife a twist. And those shells won't fully come apart yet because they're still attached with some of the muscle. And so you run your knife along the flat part of the top of the shell, and that should allow you then to pop it off. Just scrape a little bit more of that that's still stuck on there. And then you'll find that there's one more connection that you can see right there. And you just want to take your knife and just release that little piece of muscle. And that's basically it. You've got your whole oyster, and you can see I'm trying to keep as much of the juices in there as possible. So I'll go ahead and do the rest of those and show you where we go from there. So there are our 6 oysters. There's the reduction, which you can see. I bet I reduced it by 2/3. And you're just spooning some of that reduction with the shallots onto each of the oysters. It's just basically an assembly job now. And you can see I'm using a muffin tin to hold them. The oysters are round on the bottom, and if you don't have something like a muffin tin, or you can pack foil around them, they'll just flip on their side and all the juice will run out. So you put the reduction on, you cover the oyster in panko breadcrumbs. And then each of them is going to get just a little piece of butter that goes right in the middle of the breadcrumbs. And as you broil it, that's going to just spread across the breadcrumbs and make them crispy. From there, it's under your broiler, as hot as you can get your broiler. And this is just a couple minutes into having mine under the broiler, and you can see them bubbling away there. Once they start bubbling, I leave them for about 40 seconds, a minute more. So there you have it, broiled oysters with the champagne and champagne vinegar reduction. If you've never tried doing oysters at home, this is an easy one to do. So if you like what you're seeing and want to see more, click the subscribe button or leave me a comment below and tell me what you think.